Hello everyone, Sean here with a little video on a reminder on how to add fractions in case you might have forgotten. Okay, I know I set you some work on this week, but some of you might have forgotten what you had to do. So remember though, what you can't do with fractions, if I write two fractions down like this, a half plus a half, well what it can't equal, if I add up my two top numbers together, 1 plus 1 is 2 and 2 plus 2 is 4, that's not going to work. That's going to give me a wrong answer. If you think about it, that's going to cancel down. Both of those divide by 2. 2 divides by 2 to give a half, to give 1, and 4 divides by 2 to give 2. How can a half plus a half equal a half? That can't be right. Well, we know that when we add our fractions together, if we got a half and a half, we know that makes 2 halves, yeah? Or 2 over 2, which is the same as 1 whole. So we've got to keep that in mind when we're adding fractions together, yeah? We need to make sure we want our denominators, our bottom numbers, to be the same as each other. And if we can do that, we just add up our top numbers and the bottom number stays the same. Okay, so let's put that into effect and see if we remember what we've got to do when we do something like this. A half plus a third. Well, if you notice on this one, the bottom numbers are not the same as each other. Yeah, we've got a 2 here and a 3 here. In order to make these add up, we need to make them into equivalent fractions. We need the same numbers at the bottom. So I've got to think about what number I can put at the bottom here. Well, if I'm going up, I want the first number that's going to appear in both times tables. So if I'm going up in 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8. If I'm going up in 3s, 3, 6, 9. The first number that appears in the 2 times table and the 3 times table is 6. So that's the lowest common multiple. That's what I can make them both into, both of these fractions. Now I've got to think about it. I've got to think, okay, well I've got 1 half and I'm making it into something over 6. What have I times 2 by to make it into a 6? Well, I've times it by 3, yeah? 2 times 3 would equal 6. Now if you remember with equivalent fractions, if I'm making this into something over 6, what I've done to the bottom number, I've times it by 3. I've got to do the same to the top number. So I've got to times that 3 by 3 as well, yeah? Sorry, that 1 by 3. 3 times 1 is going to give me 3, okay? If I look over this side, and I've got 1 over 3, and I'm making it into something over 6. What have I times 3 by to make it into 6? Well, I've times it by 2. Well, if I times that bottom number by 2, to make it into 6, I've got to times that top number by 2 as well, yeah? And 1 times 2 is definitely going to make 2. So I've got 3 over 6 and 2 over 6. Bingo, I'm in business. Now I can add these two together, yeah? Because the bottom number's the same, the denominator's the same. Well, if I've got 3, 6 and I've got 2, 6, in total, that's going to give me 5, 6. Don't forget my bottom number stays the same, yeah? So it doesn't change. 5 over 6 is the answer to that question. So that's how we do that sort of question when it comes to adding fractions.